Hey, today I'm going to tell you about 5 things I like most about living in Livermore and how I ended up moving here. I moved to Livermore in 2006. After getting married in 2005, my husband moved into my place, which was in Mountain View, which is on the peninsula side of the Bay Area. We had planned to sell his house in Livermore and then eventually my condo and then buy a house in Mountain View that we could both live in. After a few months of the Livermore house being empty and trying to figure out what to finally do to get it ready to sell, I got a crazy idea to make it into a DIY HGTV style remodel and then sell it. You know, like thinking those flipping shows that were really popular then. I thought it would be fun, and it was. It was fun and educational. Now, I didn't have any experience, nor did my husband, but here I had this empty house in need of a remodel, so I figured, why not? My friend Jen had done some work on her condo and mine, and plenty of other friends' homes. She definitely had the skills to get this done, so together, she and I, armed with our handy first edition home improvement 1, 2, 3 book. You might remember it. It was like the big orange book that they sold at Home Depot that had all the information on how to do plumbing and electrical and all that. Well, we got that and then we got to work. Now remember, this was way before YouTube existed. It took us a year to complete, which is a long time, but we were working as usual and only working on the remodel on the weekends. At some point when we were deep into this remodel, we ended up changing the locks on the house so that my husband couldn't go over there when we weren't there and see what we had done, because we were worried he'd freak out when he saw that the interior had been taken down to the studs. Anyway, the details of that year I'll save for another video. Remember the last real estate market crash when there were bank foreclosures everywhere? Well, we had bad timing as the house was finished right when the crash began and prices started to tank. So instead of selling for less than we could have probably done before we did all that work, I reluctantly agreed to move to Livermore and give it a try for just 1 year, hoping that the market would turn around and we'd sell the house later. So I rented out my condo in Mountain View and was sure that I'd be moving back there again, which clearly never happened since I'm still in Livermore. And that's the story of how I ended up living in Livermore. How did you come to live in Livermore? Let me know in the comments and be sure to mention what year it was and how it compared to where you had lived before. Now there are tons of reasons to love living in Livermore, but here are 5 of my favorites. Number 5, it has a small town feel without actually being a small town. With a population of approximately 90,000 people, Livermore doesn't really qualify as a small town, but comparing it to Silicon Valley where all the cities are super close together and they all sort of merge into one, where I'm originally from, it still feels like a small town to me, and I like it. Number 4, the wine! What can I say? I love wine, and Livermore has many amazing wineries just minutes from town. Some of my favorite are within a 5-minute drive or less of my house, and there aren't just a few wineries. Livermore has over 45 wineries to visit. Many of them offer not just wine tasting, but also host events and concerts and comedy nights and more. I still feel like it's a hidden gem, and most people think of Napa when they think of wineries, but if you live in Livermore, you know the saying, Napa is for auto parts. Livermore is for wine. If you haven't been to Livermore Winery, you definitely should make a day of it. Number 3, downtown. I love Livermore's downtown. When I first moved here, I'd say it was still in a state of transition, but it has definitely blossomed into a great destination. It has beautiful old unique buildings with great history. Like, for example, do you know which downtown building was originally the Undertaker? If you do, let me know in the comments below. Downtown, you'll also find great restaurants, outdoor parks, fountains, unique stores, coffee shops, a movie theater, actually 2 movie theaters, a performing arts center, ice cream shops, a 24-hour donut shop that you better not miss, and nightlife venues as well. If you come out to visit wineries, don't skip on missing downtown. Definitely go downtown. Okay, reason number 2 that I love living in Livermore is location and affordability. Livermore is the farthest Bay Area city east along the 580 freeway. It's a great location to access all the Bay Area has to offer, and even beyond. Livermore is also one of the more affordable cities in the Tri-Valley area. Heading west on 580, San Francisco is about 45 miles away, where you could catch a Giants game, head to the piers, visit Golden Gate Park, and the many beaches in San Francisco. There's so much to do there. And if you're going on a trip, the San Francisco International Airport isn't too far away. Less than 30 miles away, you can catch an Oakland A's game at the stadium or a concert, and there's also the International Airport in Oakland as well. Heading south on Highway 84, approximately 34 miles, you can find yourself right in the heart of Silicon Valley. And if you want to spend the day at the beach, Santa Cruz is just over the hill from Silicon Valley, making it a total of 60 miles away from Livermore. Beaches in Half Moon Bay are about 50 miles away from Livermore, so beaches are completely accessible for a day trip. Now you can also head east on Highway 580 to Highway 5. Then head north 100 miles, you could visit the state capitol in Sacramento, or 200 miles to South Lake Tahoe for lake or skiing fun. And in case you're a Disney fan, like I am, it's just 367 miles to Disneyland heading south on Highway 5. And if you're enjoying this content, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to this channel, as it really helps me out. And finally, the number one reason I like Livermore is the community. The people in Livermore are friendly and welcoming. When I first moved here, I didn't know anybody, but every time I went out to the store or running errands, everyone was so friendly. Strangers talking to me actually took some time to get used to, but now I love it. Do you happen to live in Livermore? If so, what's your favorite thing about living here? Put your thoughts in the comments below. My name is Maria Diora. I'm an agent with eXp Realty, and I help people find the perfect place to live in Livermore. If you have any questions about buying or selling your home or moving to Livermore, get in touch, because I'd love to help you make your real estate dreams happen. All my contact information is in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.